KG9. This is how you're going to disassemble it to access the cylinder for spring upgrade. First, you want to take off the flash hider or the muzzle device, turn it clockwise to loosen it, take out the barrel shroud. Then what you want to do is also remove the outer barrel. Turn it clockwise as well. Next, what you want to do is actually removing the motor from the KG9. Take a Phillips head screwdriver, take out these two screws. Apply pressure so that it's easier for you to take out the screw. And two. Be really careful. Turn upside down. And there is the motor base. Be really careful with this piece of metal because it could just fall off like so. Be sure to place it here and keep it in place. Next, you want to take off the plugs from the motor. Then you can actually take out the entire motor out. Keep this aside. Next, what you want to do is unscrew this hex screw here. By doing so, you are loosening the entire upper receiver. Be really careful because this basically would pop up like so. Now, carefully wiggle your way out. This could get a little tricky, but don't force your way because you could dent your outer barrel. But what you want to do is basically keep wobbling the upper receiver in a way so that it can slide forward. Now the upper receiver is off. Then what you want to do is hammer out these 3 pins. That's 1. Two. Three. Now you're going to take the entire mechanism out. So And here you can take out the barrel assembly and hop up. Then over here you notice that there are 2 screws that's holding the entire mechanism in place. You're going to take another hex key to unscrew these 2 screws over here. Once these 2 screws are loose, the entire unit comes off, and the cylinder is out. This is a Systema PGW style cylinder. To change the spring, what you want is having some sort of pliers that fit into these 2 holes. Then, while applying pressure, twist it open. Let me get these out of the way. Such, then you can change to your desired power spring. After that, what you can do is done. Place it back inside here. Then reapply the spring guide. Now this could be a bit tricky to finding the right angle again, and slowly. Okay. Once you've installed a new spring, place this back into the receiver here, like so. Now to put it back together, make sure that the teeth are not facing up. You want to pull it until the smooth side is facing up, then put them back together. Like so. Then make sure none of the cables are pinching. First, reinstall these 2 screws. They're very important on stabilizing the entire unit. Now they don't need to be extra tight, as long as they're tight enough to ensure the whole unit is secure. Hand tighten should be just fine. So to reinstall it, make sure the black cables are always stay on top, the red one stays below. There's a channel here for the cable to route. Nothing should be sticking out. So here, for example, black cable goes out in here at a 90 degree, and then here is a red cable that goes under it. Right? Like so. Then, don't forget your precision unit, basically your inner barrel and your hop-up chamber. That also merges here, that goes into the channel. Now with this as a whole set, I'm going to reinstall this into the lower frame. Cable goes in first. It gets a bit tedious here, but bear with it. The trigger will be impeding the installation process. What you want to do is get a tool from here, just kind of pull the trigger a little bit so that it doesn't get in the way, sticks out, and slowly wiggle things into place. So be really careful about the cables here because it tends to like to stick out. Over here, it could get in place, so be really careful with them. Alright, everything's in place. Now, first, let's reinstall these 3 pins. Make sure you check the holes, nothing is out of place. Then, everything looks good. Now reinstalling the motor. place it back in. Make sure you can actually press it and it will bounce back up. That means it's at the right angle. Then here's one, and here's two. Carefully install this end plate. Keep the pressure there, and then install the screw. Okay, now upper receiver. Cable goes in. Now here's the tricky part. It will take some time, so be patient with it. You have to find the right angle. Left and right needs to wobble in. The receiver should cover this piece. Like such. Reinstall this screw from behind. Tighten it. Doesn't need to be too tight. It's secure. Now, without pinching any of the cables, reinstall the outer barrel. Turn it counterclockwise to tighten. Then reinstall the barrel shroud. Make sure the base goes in bottom like such. Then finally reinstall the flash hider. Turn it counterclockwise, tighten as well. And there you have it. This is how you take apart and reinstall the KG9. Thanks for watching.